Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday, the 29th of April. I hope you're doing really well. I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot for this reading. This is one of the best decks to get if you're learning the tarot. If you're just starting out, then get the Radiant Rider-Waite deck or the Rider-Waite deck. That's the archetype that all the other decks are really based on, except the Thoth deck. And this Morgan Greer version is a simplified, it's like the kids version almost, or it looks really friendly, welcoming, and it's simple. And because it's so simple and you don't have to pick apart every symbol, you can just naturally let the energy flow. So we've got Death, Five of Swords in reverse, and the Page of Swords in reverse. Standoff. All right, so everyone's got a sword. He's got a scythe. 13th card of the Major Arcana, Death, is an ending. He cuts the scythe. Let's say this rose is growing on a bush. He's doing a bit of gardening. He swings the scythe and the flower falls off. There's a wonderful version of Death in Terry Pratchett's book. He writes about the disc world. It's this world that's floating through space. It's a giant turtle, and on this turtle there are 4 elephants standing on the back of the turtle. The elephants have a disc on their backs, and on that disc is where the people live. It's a flat world. Also, there's something very weird going on. Sorry, this is off topic, but there's a whole group of people online, flat earthers, like they believe they're flat. The earth is flat. And some of you watching will be flat earthers. So that doesn't matter. The main reason, or the main point of this card, what it's trying to express, is that one thing is ending and another begins. He's got this black cloak on, so he absorbs all the negativity. Purple, he knows what's coming. And that square, he is inevitable. And it creates a new cement. That thing on his collar is much more important than anything else in the image, except that bird, which represents freedom as well. But that yellow square really stands out because it's like the 4 in numerology. It's got 4 corners. And that's stability, structure. And that's Saturn in astrology. And Saturn is cement and the foundation on which you build your life. So you come prepared. If you finish something today, you really see a different way of doing things. Or if that occurs to you, then do it. Be ruthless about your ideas because you're right today. And if the idea is up for discussion or up for grabs, then you have the final word on it. You say what goes. Okay? We've got the Five of Swords in reverse. Usually that's really hardcore conflict with people. The Five of Wands is for 5 boys playing around and they're hitting their sticks. In this version, it's the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords, they cut and people can actually get damaged. So when it's this way around, we have got someone crying, someone holding out his hand like, please help me. And we've got this hooded figure stealing all the swords or saying, I'm taking your swords from you. I've beaten you. And it's me versus them. So you position yourself, or you feel that you can only attain freedom by positioning yourself against other people. It's funny that it's a Roman numeral 5, because that also is like versus. It's Tiger Woods versus Aaron Butler or whatever. That's in reverse. So you're not going to get such hard resistance and people contradicting you. Finally, the Page of Swords is a court card, and he's a beginner. He doesn't know how to think yet. So someone's just doing an internship at a newspaper or a hedge fund firm, some corporate job. He may be an artist who's just at the beginning of his career. He can grow into a judge, take the law and really study it and see both sides of the coin. That's the nice thing about swords. Well, not both sides of the coin really, but both sides of the blade, because it's a double-edged sword. It's a responsibility, and he understands, or he's beginning to understand, that actions have consequences, which some people still don't get. Actions have consequences. Thoughts are things, and what you think about, you manifest. So it's really important to work with this and to train and to get higher up and to become the Knight of Swords and then the King or Queen of Swords, because you want to master these things. He's in reverse as well, so you're not a beginner in any sense of the word. You don't doubt yourself when you're swinging that scythe. You know exactly that you're getting this. In fact, with the cards here now, and the standoff between them, because they're in reverse, this card in itself is a fight. So there's no conflict between people, groups, and there's also very little conflict with other people. It's very much a day about you deciding what direction you want to fly in. The white rose is spirituality, purity, innocence, dreams, your inner child, you know, what you really want to do, what your life is really about. Plucking that rose and just kind of smelling it and realizing that it's kind of a part of you, and then looking in the mirror and realizing that, oh wow, I am so full of potential, I can grow into anything I want. The rose is just a symbol of me. I can also grow into a giant tree, or I can grow into a river, or to be a mountain. I can grow to be an ant. You can grow to be whatever it is you want once you swing that scythe and you cut the part of yourself that you currently are, and you actually enjoy it by smelling it. Even this little face can have a good time smelling that rose. So enjoy you, basically. Enjoy the freedom that is you and the personality that is you. Because you have a brain. You don't care what other people think today. You're an adult. You're free to do what you want. Thank you very much. So if anyone really dictate something to you today, you're not going to be in the mood. You'll just be like, yep. Some people just say yep and leave the house or go away and do their own thing. You know, sometimes people pretend they can't do it. Like back in the day when we had to rewind VHS tapes. It's I can't do it. I don't know how. So that's a strategy, but all those strategies don't really matter. The point is that you're pretty much guaranteed not to have any conflict with anyone else on this day, and it's a day about you looking at what you've achieved, taking stock, taking personal inventory, looking at all the great things you've achieved. It's a white rose. It's you in your most inner part of you. I watched, I referenced this before a few days ago. I watched Angels in America the other day, and there's a Valium addict in it, and she has a hallucination, and we have a man who's HIV positive, and he's dreaming, and they meet in this astral plane, and there's a threshold of revelations. They are able to see things about each other that are the spiritual truths of who they are. So he tells her that her husband is gay, and she tells him through the threshold of revelation, and this is so lovely, she kind of leans in and she whispers into his ear She says there's a part of you, the most inner part, that is absolutely free from all disease. And I found that really moving because it refers to that part of us that's untouchable, that's eternal. You've always been. You can't imagine a time when you haven't been. Everything is because of you. You revel in the amazing things that you've achieved and you're able to enjoy yourself, have fun, enjoy your freedom, and make space for something new and amazing to come in. This could be anything that is important to you. It could be, this is not the job that I want anymore. This is not the location I want to be in anymore. I'm getting in touch with that true inner part of myself, and that inner part of the self doesn't care about, oh, but the council tax over there is much more expensive, and oh, I can't just up and move. What about my friends? It's kind of brutal and ruthless in the sense that I want what I want and I have to go with my nature. So your nature is exposed in a sense, and that's nice for you because you can actually see what you're about and what your motivations are. But it's not so good to let other people in on that because they could manipulate it and use it against you. If they know what you really want. I also heard something really disturbing the other day. People don't, this is what they said. People don't tell you that they don't like you. They just make sure that you don't advance. And that was also a little bit close to the bone, you know? How people behave with one another. And you are entitled to make your own decisions. And you're able to fly in whatever direction you want. So death is really a freedom in this card. A freedom from having to perform or to be beautiful or to play whatever role. A rose is a rose is a rose is a rose. Number-wise, we've got 13 as death, and then we have 5, that's 18. And the court card, which counts as 1, is 19. 1 and 9 is 10. And 10 reduces to 1 in numerology. And 1 is the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. It's the magician. It's the pioneer. The ideas person. It's an Aries in astrology. It's that power to get things moving by spreading your wings and flying and determining what direction you want to go in the future. The river also, you can change the path of the river. If you wanted to create a great big canyon, that's what you can do. It's so malleable. This is a symbol for shape-shifting. So you can shed one life like a skin and you can start something new. It's pretty special as far as days go. I mean, I haven't had a spread which has been so full of swords. And usually the sword cards are seen as the most difficult of the minor arcana cards because they have the toughest messages. But they're in reverse. So the things that could be tough, remember, aren't. And there is no conflict. It's just you. And that's really important. If we have the right information for ourselves, we can really go in the right direction. Someone else said to me, a career takes planning. So plan what you want to do for yourself. Don't rely on other people. And go and do what makes you happy today. Excuse me. So I hope you have a fabulous day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via the website. It's gregoryscott.com. You can order your reading with me there. Also at the moment, and for spring, and because of this virus that's going on, I've got the coupon code Spring Special. Just look at the capitals when you put it in, and it's just one word. And it's 25% off all priority and emergency sessions. So it's a quarter off what you'd usually pay. And you can speak to me sooner. So if you're interested in that, please get in touch. If you like this video, hit subscribe. If you don't like it, then don't. And I hope you have a lovely day. Oh yeah, share the video as well if you like it. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.